Hey there, Sonic. I see you're getting a movie pretty soon. That's pretty cool. You excited? Ah, that's a damn shame. What are you looking at, butthead?
So fun fact, my normies, whenever I have a specific topic I want to talk about, usually I prefer to use a more compiled method of journalism. By that, I mean I prefer to make one video that lists a bunch of information that could be discussed all at once, rather than make individual videos every time something happens. I mean, I don't know about you, but I think it would get really annoying to subscribers if I uploaded 35-minute long videos that are all about the same topic in like the span of 5 days. Personally, I also find it very exhausting. I'm admitting to this because lately, and by lately I mean like a week ago, we've been getting some news. Not Super Smash Bros. News. Okay, well, we've been getting some Super Smash Bros. News, but that's not what I'm talking about today. We've been getting some Sonic the Hedgehog news. The best news. I'm bringing you the most lamest of Sonic the Hedgehog nudes and no dates. Sonic the Hedgehog is one of my favorite franchises of all time. If I wasn't playing Mega Man, Mario, Zelda, Spyro, Crash Bandicoot, Kirby, Overwatch, Bubsy, I was playing Sonic. I happen to love fast characters, and Sonic's balance of speed and platforming always appealed to me. Even if his most recent games haven't been up to snuff, I've still always wanted to support the Blue Blur. I watch his cartoons, I read his comics, I of course play his games, I eat his essence in ice cream form. But when I heard that there was a brand new Sonic movie that was starting production and was being helmed by the folks over at Sony Pictures, I started to sweat a little bit. Because yes, I'm still gonna go see this movie despite how much of a disaster it'll be, probably. After all, Sony gave us such masterpieces as the Emoji Movie and the Smurfs. I think that's all, because I'm pretty sure you get it.
It stinks.
And so, my normies, my name is Paul Neon Davidson, and I'm gonna talk to you about the 2019 Sonic the Hedgehog movie and why I'm not really being all that optimistic about it. Time to juice.
Let's do this.
So let's start off with the facts, folks. What do we know is confirmed? The film is being produced and financed by Paramount Pictures and Paramount Animation after originally being produced and financed by Sony. All of the original employees are still connected to the film. Sega has little to no involvement with the movie, at most only being consultants or producing, although their in-house animation studio, Marsden Animation Planet, is helping to animate the CGI in the film. A couple of the known locations that will be featured in the film include a fictional town cleverly called Green Hills, New York City, and San Francisco. Some of the most recognizable cast members include Jim Carrey, known for playing crazy people in many movies, will act as Dr. Eggman. Ben Schwartz, who currently voices Dewey in the current DuckTales cartoon, and Leonardo in Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, will be voicing Sonic, and James Marsden, the guy that will be playing Sonic's best cop friend, Tom Wachowski. He was also known for being that one guy that was in Hop. I mentioned that for a reason. We don't know what the full story of the movie is going to be about, but the best amalgamation of story details that I can dig up can be summed up like this. Green Hills resident and sheriff Tom Wachowski and his friends must go on a road trip to help Sonic reclaim his rings while Dr. Eggman and the government try to capture him. Now, I don't know about you, but that sure as hell sounds like some Christopher Nolan type shit right there, because I keep waking up from a nightmare and it won't stop. Yes, there are more characters that have been revealed so far, but I'm not going to be going over them since there's not that many details about them just yet. Also, the movie was expected to release November 19 of 2019, but was moved up to November 8th. So glad that I delayed this video, otherwise this literally would have been dated. All of the information I have listed here can be found on imdb.com, Wikipedia, and sonicwikia.com. Oh, and also, Sonic is going to be driving an SUV apparently. That's a fun fact for you right there. Now remember, we haven't seen any actual scenes in the movie yet, save for some storyboards and leaked photos, so a lot of what I'm about to say is mostly opinion. I'm gonna be kind of pessimistic here, guys, but hey, if you're looking forward to this movie or whatever, that's cool. But for now, let's start with the actual meat of the video. So why am I so pessimistic? There are many reasons as to why I'm not exactly looking forward to the Sonic movie. One is the fact that there are so many damn humans in this. Remember Sonic X, or Shadow the Hedgehog, or Sonic Unleashed? Those guys were great. Remember? There are so many made-up characters in the movie, much like James Marsden's character. With the exception of Dr. Eggman, all of the humans in this movie will most likely be made specifically for the movie, and that automatically makes this movie completely confusing. Now, yes, I know when adapting a property, there are times when you're going to have to either add or take away stuff in order to make the adaptation make sense. But Sonic the Hedgehog has never really been known for having, human characters. Or if there have been human characters, they've been pretty minor. In all the plot summaries that I've seen, Sonic is treated like a minor character, and often describes James Marsden as being the main character. If Sonic the Hedgehog is the fastest thing alive, then why does he need any help at all getting his rings or whatever the plot MacGuffin is gonna be, especially from a human? I'm not being speciesist here or anything, but when I think of Sonic the Hedgehog being friends with a human and having to travel with said human, I think Chris Thorndike. Everybody's favorite self-insert fanfiction Mary Sue original bland character thing. It truly does concern me that they're relying so much on all of these characters. I mean, was Sonic going on a solo adventure to stop an evil scientist not good enough or something? Having the movie take place on Earth in the real world isn't the thing that bothers me. We've seen Sonic interact with humans and run around through a realistic world, and it kinda works. My whole issue is the reliance on having so many people be in the story. Again, when you have more than 3 main human characters in a Sonic feature, they tend to overshadow the Sonic the Hedgehog characters. No pun intended. I say this because the Shadow the Hedgehog video game, for an example, had the president and the whole asshole general archetype guy, and they got pretty obnoxious. A Paramount representative did come out and say that Sonic is the main character and that was very important to us, which I guess means that they'll focus on Sonic as much as they can. But when you have so many human characters walking around, it could end up being kinda uncanny. I mean, who knows? Maybe this will be the one time that they actually succeed in establishing some 3-dimensional human characters into the Sonic franchise. But, speaking of James Marsden, remember in the Mario movie video that I made a while back where I brought up Illumination and showed this? James Marsden was in the movie Hop, a movie that just from concept alone sounds an awful lot like what the Sonic movie is trying to do. A buddy movie where James Marsden befriends a talking animal and has to stop the villains of the movie. Now, I'm not going to say that this movie is going to be exactly like Hop, but let's look at the whole genre of live-action CGI hybrids and how they have probably been the worst thing that Hollywood has ever put to film. Stuff like the Smurfs, Alvin and the Chipmunks, Hop itself, Garfield, Woody Woodpecker, and heck, let's just throw in Paramount's own Transformers since this is being made by Paramount. All of these movies? Terrible. They suck. Good job, team. We made a colossal piece of shit today. Now let's go back and make an even bigger one tomorrow. To be fair, the producers of the movie even said that they're aware of how disastrous movies like the Smurfs was, and that this movie needed to be treated in the right way. So at least they are aware of the concerns, but the issue still stands. With something like the Smurfs, it was supposed to be a fantasy adventure movie, but instead we got shenanigans in New York, and that one dude from How I Met Your Mother was in that movie. God, I hate that show. Also, toilet humor is very apparent in these movies. I would show you an example, but I kinda have some dignity on my side. And really, who wants to see Simon from the Chipmunks eating a chipmunk dropping? God, I can't believe I'm saying this out loud. No pooping. The Sonic move. Don't do it.
It stinks.
So stepping away from that shit, the characters in these movies are often at times out of character in these films. Like Garfield, for example. Yeah, because when I think a lazy cat that eats lasagna, I want to see a breakdancing cat that eats lasagna. That's totally the same thing. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah. Yeah, the animation. Yeah, good animation. Is that good CGI work? He's totally there, guys. This freaking dog, though. 10 out of 10 scene. Best movie. Beautiful. Mwah. I mean, I'm sorry. Meow. There's no doubt that this is going to be an issue with the Sonic movie, seeing as how the CEO of Paramount came out a while back and said he's a juvenile delinquent going on adventures in a pretty straight rural environment with a local policeman. It was instantly engaging, and it was good enough where you could see where it's going. No, I don't see where this is going at all. Except the trash. Look, Sonic can be an asshole sometimes, and yes, even cartoons like Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog show Sonic as being a rebellious teenager, but that at least makes sense because he's doing it all to screw with Robotnik, not just random people or whatever, or in this case, the authorities. And now I'm bored. Let's look over some other aspects of the film. Like, what is Sonic gonna look like? Now, it goes without saying that the quality of the CGI in these live-action adaptations often vary. Sometimes it pops out and looks completely unconvincing, and other times it's just plain right uncanny. Will Sonic look just as bad as he did in the Sonic fan film, or will he look as good as he does in the video games? Neither! It's gonna be Sonic's usual design, but more realistic, according to a Paramount representative. So it might as well be the fan film version of him then. It might not be to that extent, it'll no doubt look a lot nicer than in the fan film, and the CGI work is being done by Mars Planet Animation Studio, which does do the CGI for most of Sonic's games, so we can have some faith in that. In these movies, you want the model to integrate into the live action footage smoothly, so it doesn't come off looking awkward. I know Mars can handle CGI overall pretty well, but I don't recall ever seeing them integrate their CGI into live action settings, so again, we gotta wait to see and fully judge. The thing I'm afraid of is that the more realistic design that they brought up, we saw a dude that's supposed to be a representation of Sonic driving an SUV for some reason, and this dude is pretty tall. So how tall is Sonic gonna be? I doubt he's gonna be as tall as James Marsden, but it's just so stupid looking though. I'm getting kind of tired of this. Is there anything else we could possibly talk about with the Sonic movie? No. But we could talk about its sequels, because that's totally going to be a thing. For every movie, there's most likely going to be a sequel, and there will definitely be an audience for it. So let me start off by saying this. I'm kind of running out of things to really complain about in this video. Heck, a lot of the stuff that I have complained about could be considered nitpicking. But I'm only doing this because I'm such a huge Sonic fan. I want to see a Sonic film hit the big screen as much as like I'd want to see a Mario film hit the big screen. But everything we've been given so far makes me concerned about it. I highly doubt that this movie is going to ruin the franchise for me, but you have to remember, movies are often meant for general audiences, not so much for a specific fan base. Marvel movies are not just meant for people who read the comics. The new Star Trek films were not meant to be viewed solely by fans of the original series, and here, it's not just Sonic fans that are going to be going to see this movie. People who know nothing about Sonic will go out and see this movie, and if it's good, then great. Maybe they'll be influenced into getting the games. But if it's bad, they're gonna assume that that's what Sonic is. The juvenile delinquent that hangs out with a James Marsden looking guy, Dr. Eggman is the Riddler, and the government sucks. Well, you got me on that last point, that's pretty spot on. And the typical Sonic fan who goes out and sees this movie will probably be outraged as to why it's so different from the games. This is the same group of people that complained about Sonic having green eyes and about the fact that we haven't gone to Sonic Adventure 3 yet. We complain about everything. And apparently on top of that, Paramount has plans to make a franchise out of this movie. Sequels, spin-offs, merchandising, profit, I quit. I absolutely love it when studios do this. Let's make a franchise based off a movie that we haven't even finished yet, and these spin-offs could be about other characters, like Tails or Shadow. I could barely wrap my head around a Sonic movie, and you want me to anticipate a Tails movie? Whatever, guys. I'm not gonna say that it's impossible for a franchise to be made here. I'm just saying that maybe you shouldn't have your hopes so high. After all, this is Sonic the Hedgehog here, you know, the cornucopia of epic storytelling. This is a video game movie adaptation we are talking about. You know, the most successful movie genre, where like literally every single one of them gets panned or flops. But who knows, if Transformers or Alvin and the Chipmunks could get sequel upon sequel, or squeakquel, maybe Sonic will have a shot. You know what? I done some thinking. I think I'm starting to warm up to this whole Sonic movie idea. Maybe I don't like a lot of the decisions that are being made, but some of the choices made by the production and what they said does give me some hope. Earlier we talked about how Paramount said that Sonic's character was important to the movie, an obvious concern seeing as how I dedicated an entire segment of this video solely talking about the human characters. Also, they said that they're aware of the lackluster movies like the Smurfs, and they want to avoid something like that and treat it well. Another bold concern, as I really don't want to see a cliched, toilet humor filled Sonic movie. The production team, from the sounds of it, seem to know what they're up against, and I'm glad that they're somewhat aware of that. Sonic's voice actor Ben Schwartz is actually a pretty good choice for voicing Sonic. If you actually listen to what he sounds like in DuckTales or Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, he kinda sounds like a mixture of Roger Craig Smith and Jason Griffith, so that's pretty spot on casting.
And keys to the roof. Excuse me, sirs. Can you direct us to the local science fiction convention that we are currently dressed for? Dude, you gotta make it to rehearsal. So? You guys from Jersey? What? I can't make a joke in the middle of the craziest thing ever? That's how I cope. Hey, where you going?
And stuff like how Sonic will act and look and how the human characters will turn out. I can't really have any complaints beyond anticipating the worst case scenario without actually seeing anything. I'll most likely make an update video to this whenever a trailer comes out. This video may not seem as focused or as optimistic as the Mario Illumination one, but that's because I have way more to go off of here. With Mario, all I heard was Illumination was making it and that Miyamoto was helping out as well. And Nintendo is a company that takes pride in their franchises. If they don't like it, then it won't pass. Sega is not really like that. This is the same company that said that Sonic 06 was fit for release and allowed Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric to be released in stores, and personally, I found Sonic Forces to be a major disappointment. In context with all this information, could the movie be bad? Oh, definitely yes. But we can't pass full judgment until at least a trailer comes out, or on top of that, see the full movie in theaters next November. And heck, they moved up the release date for over a week, so I don't know, maybe they're more confident in this than we anticipated. And because I'm more of a sheep than I am a dragon, I'm still going to go and see this, and I am waiting to see that trailer. What are you guys gonna do? Are you guys excited for the movie? You think the whole concept of the movie is, a bad idea? What ideas do you have for a Sonic movie? Let me know down in the comments below. And before anyone brings it up, yes, I know about the Sonic OVA, and I have seen it many a times. I just didn't feel like there was much of a comparison here that can be made, unlike the Mario 1993 movie and the new upcoming one. I'm just bringing it up now because I know somebody is going to mention it down in the comments, and I pretty much already said all I could say about the Sonic fan film. I really didn't like it all that much, and I'm sure that the actual Sonic movie will be much better than that one. That's pretty much all I'm going to say about the Sonic movie for now, guys. I'm writing scripts for videos left and right, and it's just taking me forever to record or edit anything these days, and I'm hoping to get this video out ASAP before it becomes dated. Like, as I was writing the script, they moved up the release date, so yeah, I got a lot of YouTubing to do. Thank you guys all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Like, comment, and subscribe if you liked what you saw. I'm going to be getting on to doing more videos soon, as I said. So, expect more content coming your way as soon as possible. And as for that, guys, I'll see you next time whenever I get around to making another video. I'm out of here.